What's up, guys? This is Trader back with another video. Like I said today, I was going to continue watching the markets and trying to just find a entry on today. I'm really not a. I was talking to Muhammad at the Discord today. I was telling him, man, I'm not a high frequency trader. I just take a couple trades and I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 to 3 trades in a day. Um, Plus, I'm actually, for the most part, working while I'm trading. So it's kind of like a flip on, flip off type deal. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Today I traded SMFL. And on SMFL, I saw this one come out and I was checking, the relative volume and everything. And the relative volume just continued to increase, continue to increase. Looking right here on the chart or on the screen right now is the recording of what I did today. And I was just recording the whole day or whatever, just to keep it on the screen and what I was looking at and things like that. And so I really didn't know if I was gonna take a trade today. I saw a lot of stuff already up, already moving, like IDAI right here. And I just looked at SMFL and I was looking at it and I was like, man, this thing's down, but it's up it was up like what 195%. And I'm like, why in the world would this thing be up 195% and not give some kind of movement back up, right? And so the other thing is it did have catalysts on the day, early in the day, but then more catalysts came out about some kind of board member getting hired or something like that. And that was while I was already in it. So I was flipping around the charts here. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up. I haven't entered yet. You'll see it up here on the unrealized P&L and today's unrealized P&L. One of the things that I noticed after I made the recording was that I had misshaped the actual scene. So that's why it's kind of like in this smaller box. But it's whatever. I think it'll still work out. But here, I'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit to where I started to enter. And so I was looking at this little downtrend. It was holding within this channel. I was like, man, this channel is crazy. I would like to see this thing test back up in this channel. And I just continued to watch it. And I flipped back over, and this is where I started to add. So let's see, right up in here, 197 is where I kind of started adding. Added 1,055 shares there. Something tells me I must have missed a little something. I was watching IDIA or yeah, IDAI, and I was like, man, this thing is just going, going, going. Do I want to chase it? Do I want to chase it? And I was like, nah, I just trade something low. So the other thing that you'll probably see is the volume. Look at the volume on SMFL. So this volume is 1 million. And these other ones had 93 million, 86 million, 34 million. I was like, I really like volume, but I'm just going to play this thing as a range play and see if it can chop back into the range for me. So that was my whole thing on this. And so I was sitting here watching it at 190 and it just kept holding 190. I mean, it will come down to 190 and you can see it right here. So you see a test right here, 190. Another test right here, 190. Another test right here, 190. And I was like, man, let me just take a little bit around this 190 so we can see what can transpire out of this. And so I'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit. And so I had entered here. My average price was 197 on this entry. 7-cent risk over the 190. And then I added some more. 600 more shares looks like. And we got a little dump down. On this dump down, I just continued to add above the 190 up to 2,000 shares. Continued to add. I added all through all of this. Came down right here above the 190. Continued to add. You'll see the little numbers going up here. It's 2,100. Now, wait. So this dump scared me really bad. I was like, ooh, that hurt. Watch this dump here. Let me see. It was coming down to 190. And let's see, where was it? It was a pretty good dump from this area right here, and then a drop. And it dropped all the way to 162. I continued to hold that 2,000 shares right there. So my all out on the daily chart was it was like 160 something. And I didn't really get stopped out there. After I saw this big wick though, I was like, looks like a little bit more pressure. So I was buying down here. I was adding some more. And just continued to add on that one. Came down and we saw another little pop here. Whoops. A pop here off of this level. And I continued to add down here, looking for it to break out of this little downtrend. And I was looking for a trend to start moving upward. Continue seeing things pop, and I was adding all through here. Now I'm up to 3,000 shares, and I think this was the max position that I took. 3,000 shares here, looking for it to hold over the 175s. And yeah, so let's watch and see. So at this point had a nice little well, I say nice, it was looking like an uptrend. Doesn't mean it's gonna be an uptrend. I was down 200 something dollars right here, and we got a nice little move up here. The only issue I had with this ticker was selling. I tried to sell multiple times and could not get the fills because there was no liquidity, right? And so when I did get up, let's see, right here. Let's see where it was. I think it was right up here. We got this explosion. I'm up 255 bucks. And I am trying to sell here. I'm trying to actively sell here out of this position. And there were no buyers. And so it came down, and I continued to hold it. I was like, okay, yeah, let's just give it another try. Above this, it's still holding the 190. It's only 8 cents away from me, and my average price was 192. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hold this and let it try to pay me. So I held it, came back down to the 192s, went red for a little bit, still had the 3,000. And then we got another little pop up, and this is where it got even more dicey. I mean, it just started popping around. I was like, oh my goodness, man, this thing's trying to kill me. And so I started to, on this secondary attempt up here, I started to try to sell again. And you'll start to see my shares go down. I was selling 250 blocks. But man, when I tell you I could not get fills on this thing, it was insane. And I had limit orders out and they were not getting filled. So, it's one thing to have a winner be up $300 and not be able to sell it to anybody, which was crazy. But yeah, it came back down. I'm only up six bucks again. It popped back up there all the way to 205. I'm up 300 bucks, and I'm trying to sell, and my orders are not. And you can see my unrealized gain. I'm trying to sell these with the $300 gain, and so just not getting the fills, and it popped back down. And I actually had sold quite a bit by this time after this secondary try. So this $2, I think as soon as it started cracking this, I was really selling out of here. Let's see, when did it crack? Okay, right here. Yep. So it's pretty quick. I was taking profit. I was able to get some out, but I was definitely trying to get out half because this thing was snapping and snapping back and forth, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take it. And so I ended up with only 168 bucks on the day. Because of that local liquidity in that area, I just was not able to find any buyers there to sell to. So whatever, took some profit off the table. I'm just glad I got some fills. Let's flip over here to see where the majority of my fills were here. So this was my This was my day here. And man, I did a lot of buying, a whole lot of buying. I was buying little bits and pieces. As long as they let me buy, I was buying. The sales looks like I got some sales out at 296. So my entry was 292, and so that's only a 4 cent win. Where I was up at 205, that was a lot bigger win, and I was barely getting those sales out there. Let me see price. Get my sales. Okay, so selling 199. This is just me trying to get out of freaking trade, man. I don't even know if I got any 202 fills, and I tried to sell. I got what? One there at 250 at 202. So 202, I had entered at 192 was my average. So that was a 10-cent winner. So I did get a little bit out there, but other than that, very little. Okay, I did get what, 500 at the two? I was trying to sell, 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 and I didn't even know I got this much out over two or at two. But I'm glad I did, and just trying to get out. You know. Oh yeah. Look, the majority looked right there at 293. The thing bounced down on me 293, and my entry was 202. That was the majority of my position right there. And that's ALLR. Never mind. That's a whole nother ticker. But anyway, yeah, realized gains and losses for today. Of course, a lot of green sales, but I was struggling to get out, bro. I was struggling. And so I just walked away with what I had, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be appreciative. Almost 200 bucks. I'm gonna let it go. And I went and did some work today, so I definitely made even more from working. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about it. So let's jump over here to Streets or TOS real quick. All right, TOS, man, close of the day. I was looking back through. Of course, I got multiple scanners now. This is my low float TV or top volume scanners. And SMFL was up there 200% still on the day. The daily chart on this one did not look good at all. I saw this one, I was like, man, this thing is up 200. It doesn't look like it, but it did a reverse split, which made the chart tighten down, look super tight in there. And I was like, reverse splits have been given a couple of moves. And then also I was looking at the relative volume. It continued, the relative volume was like at a 2, and it just continued to go up and up and up on the relative volume. I was like, man, I'm gonna take this trade and I'm gonna give it a shot. Um, of course, AHI was a mover from today. ADMP got up there. Looks like it went to what, seven something dollars. What is this? Percent change. Oh no, today is down here. I didn't see this little this is a very small move. Okay, MDES. That was one that I was thinking about trading. But it just didn't give me the move I liked, man. I like to buy a nice little dip, and a nice dip into an obvious level. And this one, it had a little bit of a touch here at the 931s, and I was like, I don't know. It didn't have any kind of real catalyst on it today, and I was like, I don't know, man. But SMFL came out with the catalyst. It had the reverse split catalyst from the first, and then it had another uh catalyst at 8:15 this morning. And so I was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and play this one. It's got catalyst on the day, and we're gonna let it ride. GFAI AURC. I saw that one going crazy today. But I did not touch that one. That one moved from 32 all the way up to the 60s. That is a big, big move. Let's see what else I saw. Low floats. What is ACAX? Asset Capital Acquisition announces update on targets F&B business. Not worried about that. Okay, so everything else is pretty much the same. Let's see. We had the gainers down here. RAD, Rite Aid, got up from 168 all the way up here to the 287s. A little bit higher outstanding shares, maybe a higher float. WAVD. I saw a lot of people trading this one. Um, I did not touch. I usually don't touch these. These are, as you can see, the name of this scanner is Untouchables. I usually don't touch things under $1. I just I have a high losing rate down there. And then my swing watch, what I'm still in is INDO, and looking for that thing to continue to play on oil. Oil and energy took a little bit of a hit, but I'm gonna be continuing to accumulate INDO, looking to play it into the winter time. And then of course I got my dividend watch, or no, that one's not the right one. Dividend scanner and all of that stuff. But I'll do dividends, I guess, on a future video. A lot of my topics I talk about are small caps and low floats and day trading, but yeah, I got them dividends on deck too. But yep, that's it for this video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Man, low volume today. That was my first time really experiencing what low volume feels like. You got a winner and you're up 300 bucks and you have no one to sell to. So your winning just is like in the win until there's a buyer, right? And so, sometimes that happens, but I like the setup, and so I took it and I took the profit. So I'm not mad. I just I think I would have played it the same way if today would have started all the way back over again. I think I still would have played it the same exact way. So same strategy, same risk management, all of that. But anyway, that is my video for today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.